All right, market update here on the 17th, starting here at Tesla. So it went the other way than I expected. It invalidated this move. I said the invalidation was over 185.97. We invalidated that move today. That's why I hedge, because you're never going to be 100% right, and there's always going to be some kind of move that's going to throw you off. I lost some money on some puts, but I was able to get back and in the green today. So that just shows you how important hedging is. I had calls, I had sold puts, and it all worked out for me to still make money when I was wrong. So that's kind of what I want to do, is still be able to make money when I'm wrong, instead of having to be right in order to make money. That's probably not going to work long term for most people in the market. So anyway, this pattern that I had was, I'm going to be watching it too in case something crazy happens, but this is what I originally had. It looked like it was like perfectly set up. This looked to me like ABC, ABC, and then a 5-wave move for an ABC move. Apparently, that's not correct, and it's also possible, that this is going to end up being ABC, ABC, and then a big ABC. The max I have this going to, if it's that pattern, would be the top of the other pattern, which is 200 bucks. So it's very possible this is going to 200 bucks. Another thing to look at too, this was 5 waves. So I originally thought that was just going to be the C wave, but if that's just the A wave of the C wave, then you'd be looking at it like this. So I'd be looking for this C wave right here to potentially just keep on going. I don't know how it's going to work out. It looks like it's already made 5 waves. If we look at the 1.61 fib, it would take us to 197, pull back, another move higher to 200. So this could technically pull back or just keep on going straight up to 200. But when I'm talking about the structure, this was not a 5-wave move. This was. So impulse move, corrective move. This is already an impulse move. So you would expect this to hit minimum, minimum like 200 to 202. So if it comes up here today, tomorrow, the next day, I guess Wednesday is off, but this week if we hit 200, I wouldn't be surprised now based on the structure and this being invalidated. It is possible that this is also finished. It'd be irregular though, because normally when you're looking for a C wave down, I normally look for this to come down here to like at least the parallel line length, which is 156 bucks. But the way that it's going now, if it goes up to 200, we might just get a B and then a C wave down here to 170 like that. But it could also be ready to break out. If this is some kind of irregular ABC move, or WXY I should say, so WXY, if that is just some kind of irregular shorter Y wave here, then we could potentially have already started the C wave up. And this could be wave 1. If you look at the links, the 1.61 fib takes us to 207, but it could go higher than that. It could go, it's a third wave, so it can go much higher. So if it ends up being a 5-wave move for the C leg higher, or the third leg, then I'd be looking for 230, 240, and this would be going much, much higher. So basically, what to take away from this video with all the different scenarios that are possible is that we're probably going higher. I see this as impulse, corrective. Should be getting an impulse up to at least 200. If it does pull back, invalidations below here then, 176.93. That's probably not going to happen. If it pulls back to 182 at 183, I'd be skeptical, but it could potentially be a second wave of a third wave. But normally on these kind of moves, they just go. They don't normally pull back and then go. So most likely, I would expect it not to pull back and just keep on going higher. No pullback. And I would expect it to hit 200. So yeah, I added some long-term calls, and when I knew I was wrong, and then I'm ready. Let's see if we can hit 200, and let's see if it potentially is the breakout for the C leg. I would say, based on the length of it, it's hard to say, but I would say I'm leaning towards this being the end of the B wave again. So A, leaning towards this. We'll see though. It's either that or it's going to end up being much higher, probably like 240, like that. Those are the two options I see based on the structure and invalidation below 177. So let's see what happens tomorrow. I think that SPY has more upside here and it's just blasting off. So I think we're in the middle. We're ending the third wave, the fifth wave of the third wave of just this. So I have this at third wave right here. Pullback, still more upside. So I think, and then on this third wave, I think we're in the middle of potentially a fourth wave. So I think this is probably, and then that would just be the third wave. And then we pull back, and then we go higher after that into like mid-July, maybe into August. So I think there's a lot more upside still, and that's another reason why bullish. Tesla's got to be bullish. The start of the day, I wasn't sure if we were going to come down here and fill this gap. That's another reason why I was bearish on Tesla. I thought we might come up here for a little bit higher, but I didn't know we were going to blast off to 550 right away. So SPY bullish still too. I think we got some more upside even in this move, and then you're going to get maybe into like early July, and then you're going to get, who knows, maybe it'll go all the way to 600. I'm seeing some call buying on SPX for 6,000 strike, so we'll find out. Apple, I think Apple's got another high here. It can go to like I was looking at 223 to 230 maybe. My count is, overall count is, I think this might be a diagonal. So maybe something like this, pull back into the election, something like that. So Apple looks pretty bullish. I'm in Meta because I think Meta is going to go to 560 soon. So I just bought some shares. I didn't even, the options were so expensive. It was like, I think the August calls were like, I don't even know. I think they're like $3,000 or $4,000 for 520 calls. They're insane. So I just bought shares, and this is what I'm looking at. Third wave up to 560 potentially. Pull back and another move higher, like that. So I'm just holding on to Meta for a while. We'll see what happens. And there you go, SPY blasting off again. What else are we looking at today? I was looking at AMD. So AMD kind of lagging, still down on the day, but it basically filled this gap. That's what I was looking for. I bought more shares down here. We got to move higher, and I think this is ready to go all the way up to 190, potentially by, I already have it on there, I guess, by July OPEX. So I think that I'm very bullish on AMD, could go to 190. Microsoft, I'm assuming that this is up too. I haven't looked at it today. Yep. And my target is 464. So 1, 2, 3, pullback 4, fifth wave probably up to 500. What else? Palantir is really blasting off too. Probably going, like I said in the last time I talked about this stock. Look at these patterns. I have them circled right here. ABC higher, pullback, bounce, lower, pullback, bounce, lower, move higher, and look at this. It's going straight up. I think this can go up to 31 bucks. I know it's a pretty big move, but if you're just following the pattern here, look at this. Fifth wave up to 30 bucks. So, yeah, you pretty much want to be bullish from here. Everything is just going straight up, and I don't see SPY. Let's go back to SPY again. Might have been a fourth wave, but I don't think so yet. This might still be in the third leg of, this is crazy. It's probably still in the third leg. Wait for the fourth wave pullback, fifth wave higher, and then a bigger pullback, and then that's when you'll get the final pump. Probably sometime in maybe early July, I would think. This is probably going to last all week, I would imagine. So who knows? Maybe it goes to 560. It's up. How much is it up today? We're up basically $8. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm seeing mostly bullish flow on the options here. You can just look at it. We have 2.65 million, 3.7 million, 7 million, 6,000 calls. Tesla, you got a call here above the ask sweep, 187.50 for 621. QQQ, you do have a put here, but whatever. ARM, I can look at ARM real quick. So I think ARM probably finish a third wave here. Let's see. The option flow was super bullish on Friday. I'm not going to pull it up right now, but the option flow was super bullish right before it hit the top here. And then maybe it was Thursday evening. It was really bullish, and then they sold right here, and it dropped 10 bucks or 14 bucks. So I imagine that this potentially topped out short term. It is in the middle of making a new high, and it could be in a third wave here. So if it's a third wave, could be going much higher. But it's at the top of the range though, so be careful with that one. It might just be retracing from that move down. Let me zoom in a little farther. Yeah, I don't really like the structure of this. You get a waterfall down, and then you get kind of a corrective move, so I'd watch out with ARM. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to get back to the market with about 30 minutes left. I'll do an update later. Anyway, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, whatever you want to do, and I'll talk to you in the next video.